So a lot of you are probably wondering, hey, Azul, I don't know where you went to school, but where I went to school, 80% was not an A. Well, when it comes to retirement planning, not only can 80% be an A, but oftentimes 80% can be better than 95%. Let's go for a walk and I'll share with you what I'm talking about. You know, I'm a fee-only financial planner. I've been an advisor for over 20 years. And one of the things I've learned during that period of time is just the importance of making good decisions over your lifetime. In this video is about, you know, when should you retire and how do you know that you're not going to run out of money in retirement? And one tool that I have as a financial advisor is something called a Monte Carlo simulation. And essentially we're using statistical modeling and coming up with like 1,000 different lifetimes. You know, none of us know which route we're going to be on when we retire. And most of us are going to be retired for 20, 30, 40 years. So how do you really know you have enough money? And a really powerful tool is to basically statistically run 1,000 different lives. And oftentimes for financial advisors, you know, we want our clients to have, a 100% likelihood of never running out of money. But unfortunately, we cannot provide certainty. We can provide clarity, but not certainty. And so most of the time, financial advisors really like for their clients to have 95, 97% likelihood of never running out of money. And basically what that means is when we use this Monte Carlo simulation, let's say we run it for 1,000 lives, we can run it for 10,000 lives, we can run it for 1,000,000 lives. The results aren't going to change much, but let's say we ran it for 1,000 lives. If you have a 97% likelihood of not running out of money, what that means is in 970 of the 1,000 cases, those statistical lives, the modeling, in 970 out of 1,000, the client doesn't run out of money, right? And that gives you a lot of peace of mind, and it should. But the question is, what if you're not there? What if your financial advisor runs the model and you're at 75% likelihood of not running out of money or 80% likelihood of not running out of money? Now the question is, what do you need to do in order to get to that 95, 97% likelihood? And really, you know, what it comes down to for most people is waiting to retire, holding off retiring for 3, 4, 5 years or more. And so the question is that a good trade-off? Is 80% better than 95% for that family making that decision? And I would say oftentimes it is. And here's why. You have to also look at the median, right? And the median is half of the cases are better and half of the cases are worse. So in a case where you have 80% likelihood, that means in 800 cases out of 1,000, you end up dying with more money than what you ended up using. And the question is how much, right? Oftentimes in the median case, even for somebody that's close and they're only at 80%, oftentimes that median has you dying with millions of dollars, right? Yes, in that worst case, in the 800th case, you're getting down close to, okay, you almost ran out of money. It reminds me of my daughter's 529 account. She's graduating college in like 10 days from now, and we had $150, 150 total, left in her 529 account, right? That's what that 800th case looks like for the family. The last person to die, the second to die if you're in a couple situation, or if you're single, when you pass away, you know, you got a couple $100 left, okay? So you called it close. But remember, it would not be unusual for that median case to, you know, you die with $500,000, you die with $750,000. And then, you know, at 60%, you have even more money. And at that median and above, you have a lot of money. So I think, is it worth trading off 3 or 4 years of your life? You know, it really depends on your situation. For a lot of people, they'd say, yeah, you know, I'll just, you know, 1 more year. What's the big deal of three more years, whatever it is? Well, the big deal is, you know, our health, unfortunately, is not going to last forever. And we all think it is. Like right now, I'm about to turn 59 here pretty soon. My health is pretty good. You know, I'm vegan. I try to eat as healthfully as I can. I try to work out 4, 5, 6 days a week. But, you know, the reality is my father had his first heart attack when he was exactly my age. He had a stroke. He's passed away now. He had a stroke when he was younger than me. My uncle died when he was 3 or 4 years younger than what I am now. So there's lifespan, which unfortunately on the male side, we don't have that great on my side, but I'm doing what I can. And then there's also health span. And if you're 60 years old, you know, unfortunately, the data shows us that we only have 1,000 weeks left. Most of us have less than 1,000 weeks left of healthy, active time. That's not a whole lot of time. And so what's the big deal of working 2 or 3 more years? Well, those are likely going to be your healthiest and most active years. And do you really want to give that up? And this is not prescriptive. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm saying in my case, I don't want to give up those years just to have that greater certainty. You know, as humans, we're adaptable. We'll do what we need to do as the situation arises, right? If I had to give up 3 years of my life if I wanted to retire, you know, could I drive a used car? You know, secret here, and I haven't been too quiet about this. I do drive a used car already. You know, could I live in a 2-bedroom apartment happily instead of a 3-bedroom apartment? Absolutely. There's a lot of things that you could do if you find that, you know, you're on the wrong curve. And the reality is the risk in your financial plan, really what your biggest risk is what I call sequence of return risk. Now that's a big term. It just means that unfortunately you were unlucky and in the first couple years of your retirement, you had bad returns. The stock market did poorly. It would be like retiring in the middle of July of 2007 and then having the financial crisis, right? The market was down over 50%, the S&P 500 during the financial crisis. I mean, that is really scary right now. People, if they stayed the course, they were fine. But the challenge is you don't know what's going to happen, right? And it's hard to stay the course. Isn't this a beautiful sunset behind me, by the way? So, you know, that's the risk. And so in the first couple years, you're going to know which path you're on. You know, let's say you've been retired 3, 4, 5 years. Well, you're kind of through the danger zone. You've made it through that sequence of return risk area. And let's say you do get unlucky. Well, you know, maybe you cut back a little bit on your spending, or maybe you take a part-time job, right? I mean, if you were willing to work full-time for 3, 4, 5 more years to go from 80% to 97%, you know, is it so bad that you said, you know what, I'm not going to give up those years. I'm going to retire. Okay, and then you find out that, you know, you got unlucky. Well, maybe you just take a part-time job doing something that you enjoy. I've got some, look at my library of videos. I have some videos about side jobs you can do in retirement. And probably isn't that bad if you choose wisely. If you enjoyed today's video, I know you're going to enjoy this video up here where I talk about the average income for retirees, and this video down here that talks about 5 reasons you should retire as soon as you can. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.